Hello there. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Fly Fish Dan. And if you clicked on this video, you want to learn how to cast a fly rod a little bit better. And I also want to demonstrate that you don't need to be able to cast very well or very far to catch fish. Right now I'm on a Freestone River. I've got a 3-way fly rod and a very small dry fly. Now I'm going to demonstrate. You can see right over here, I'm going to cast no more than 15 feet and I'm going to catch a fish. Right? And you can do the same thing if you're out there as well. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to get a full length of floating line out from your tapered leader. Your tapered leader is that 9-foot section. It kind of has its monofilament. It goes thick to thin, 9 feet long. Your floating line is what's on your reel. So I want you to get a full length of floating line from the tip of your rod. That's super important to start this way. Now, pull out a little bit of line from your fly reel so you can make about a 20-foot cast. Now, there are a few things that I did early on that really affected my cast in a negative way. One is that I would go too far back on my back cast and too far forward. A lot of new fly casters have that habit. You want to go no more than 10 and 2. So if you have that mental discipline when you first start out, no more than 10 and 2, then you're going to get the right type of loop in your fly line and it's not going to cause you havoc. So 10 and 2 in your brain. Next, if you notice, I'm letting my line fully extend out behind me before bringing it forward. Just wait a half second longer, right? You notice that my non-casting hand is tending to the line. I'm not just doing this, right? I mean, you could do this, but it's better for line management if you keep your hand on the casting, on the line itself. Now I'm going to show you, I'm just going to flick it out there, show you how easy it is to catch a fish without having to cast well or a million miles, right? Just flick it out there. There we go. You saw right there, I didn't need to cast any more than 10 feet away to catch this fish. There's this misconception that you have to be able to cast it 40, 50, 60 feet to catch fish when you don't. All right. So you don't need to bomb it out there to be able to catch fish. So if you just follow those basic functions, right? The full length of fly line out from the tip of the rod. Don't go too far back on your back cast or too far forward. Just pull out enough line to make a 25-foot cast, maybe. Wait for the line to fully extend out behind you. If you're hearing that snapping sound and sometimes you don't have a fly after you hear that sound, that's because you're coming forward too quickly. So it feels counterintuitive at the start. It did for me. It felt like I'm waiting too long. You can actually wait a whole lot longer on your back cast than if you did it too quick. So just wait for it to extend out behind you all the way. And remember, it's nice, easy, and slow, right? It's not this. You don't need to do that. Just be real easy with it. Real nice and easy cadence, right? It's a very calm cadence, I guess is the best way to put it. Calm and patient cadence. So when you get out there next time, just be super patient. Let the line fully extend out behind you like you see here. Just a nice calm cadence. You don't need to cast any more than 15 feet to catch a fish. So, no one's gonna laugh at you. We all have to start somewhere. I certainly did. I still don't. There's still times that I mess casts up and put it in trees and bushes, but that's really how easy, that's really how simple it can be. This is dry shake, so kind of squeeze out the water in my fly in my shirt. Then I use dry shake to really get the water out of it. Now again, right, so just a little bit of line. Just kind of watch my cadence, right? It's going to be just a nice, easy cadence. thing I want you to notice too is a lot of new fly casters, this is called false casting. We watched somebody that was new today and he was just kept doing this. You don't need to false cast any more than 1 or 2 times. Watch how few times I false cast when I'm fishing. See, that fish was no more than 15 feet away. One of the things you might have noticed that I was doing is that I have the rod tip up high. Now you can see there's a lot of different currents happening in this river. So I'm doing what's called high sticking. And high sticking just kind of keeps the dry fly line out of the water so I can get a nice clean drift on the dry fly. This guy, beautiful fish. So when you're fishing a lot of these multiple currents with the dry fly, I'll high stick it so that the dry fly line stays out of the water, so I get a nice drag-free drift, as much as I can anyway, on that dry fly. So the next time you're dry fly fishing in a smaller river like this, it has a lot of different currents around rocks, try doing that high sticking and you'll find that it's a lot easier. All right, if you want to see some of my top trout flies, check out this video right here and be sure to load up your box with these flies so you can catch trout on rivers like this. All right, everybody, till the next time, fish on.